For Emmy Leo, high school proved to be a challenging coming of age. The former student at Brisbane's City Point Christian College found the experience lonely and isolating at times.
There would be classes that would, in City Point, that would talk about how being transgender is wrong, or they'd be talking about the links with pedophilia and homosexuality.
It's been a long journey of discovery for the trans 18-year-old.
Mum has been incredibly helpful in getting me started in my transitioning.
Watching Emmy discover herself has been amazing to me.
But when Emmy decided to wear a dress to the school formal, the religious school said no.
They said that I would be ruining everyone else's night by showing up in the dress. I did end up showing up in the dress. I didn't ruin anyone's night. I got a lot of compliments for it as well, which...
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Last week, the college bowed to a public backlash after it asked parents to sign an enrolment contract which said that homosexual and bisexual acts, along with bestiality, incest and pedophilia, were sinful, offensive and destructive, and that it would only enrol students on the basis of their biological sex to maintain the college's Christian ethos. Emmy's mum, Janina, promptly removed her two other children from the school in protest.
The parents are extremely upset and don't feel this represents their own faith.
Amid the outcry, the Prime Minister publicly intervened.
No, I don't support that. My kids go to a Christian school here in Sydney, and I wouldn't want my school doing that either.
The City Point case has focused attention on the rights of religious schools to express and uphold their beliefs, which the government's Religious Discrimination Bill seeks to strengthen. The bill would protect people of faith from discrimination in everyday life and bolster the right of schools to discriminate when hiring staff in line with their faith.
It gives a respect to religious belief and faith and the ethos that people wish to live in.
Late on Friday, two parliamentary committees reviewing the proposed laws released their recommendations, largely supporting the passage of the bill. Nationals MP Anne Webster is the chair of the Joint Committee on Human Rights.
The freedom to associate with people who are like-minded or like belief is an important value in protecting the religious beliefs and faith of a school. There are other schools that teachers who are LGBTIQ may feel more comfortable in being employed by. So, you know, it's around understanding that the nature of rights is that they're competitive, and balancing those rights is something that the government has a responsibility to attend to.
As debate on the bill continues this week in Parliament, some moderate Liberal MPs say they can't support the bill unless the Sex Discrimination Act is amended to protect LGBTI students from being expelled.
My preference would be that we would all, sing a happy tune and sign on the dotted line together. I mean, wouldn't that be what every government that is in power would wish for? But the reality is we're all representing our electorates.
Following the City Point furor, the Prime Minister seemed to indicate he would bring forward his promise of protecting LGBTI students.
The bill that we're going to be taking through the Parliament we'll be having an amendment which will deal with that to ensure that the kids cannot be discriminated against on that basis.
Some Christian groups are opposed to any repeal of the section in the Sex Discrimination Act.
We'd certainly like to see a proposal around that if that's what the government's intending to move forward with, and we'll certainly consider that on its merits. We have said previously if they're simply talking about removing 38.3, section 38.3 entirely, we would, oppose that, because that would go to stopping us actually teaching and being Christian schools. We do want this resolved before the election. We saw at the last election the impact it did have on the election result. We don't want to go to another election having to raise religious freedom as an issue.
Liberal Party member Nathan Zampronio wants the government to scrap the bill. The former school educator of 20 years told a Senate committee he was sacked after telling the school he was gay.
I was confronted about my sexuality and I answered honestly, and within a fortnight I was told that there was no place for me at the school anymore. I think at different times the Prime Minister has made promises to different constituencies and miscalculated the degree to which they would eventually collide in this bill in the Parliament.
Other groups, such as the body representing independent school principals, want the bill to be delayed until after the election.
Our concern is for social cohesion, and this is proving to be a socially divisive issue. So by delaying the bill, we're recommending that is what we're recommending, so that it allows for time for voices to be heard, for us to work together towards something that is more socially cohesive than what we're seeing at this present point in time.
Back in Brisbane, the pastor of City Point Christian College has apologised and stood aside, but denied the school would discriminate against students because of their sexuality or gender identity. That's provided little comfort to Emmy Leo, who fears young people like her will continue to be caught up in the debate.
Feels pretty overwhelming, I'll be honest. I'm very tired of it. I wish things like my identity wasn't a political debate, because, you know, let me live my life, please.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.